Hello, hello, my lovely, lovely guardians. Alright, guys. Gentlemen. I'm here at the bottom, and here's the enemy at the top. We're going Nunu in the jungle again, because how great is that? We actually have an Ashe support. Interesting. So how we're gonna play this matchup is we're going to power farm until level 6. We're gonna put wards where we think that the Lee Sin is the Acolyte lead Sin right here, where we think he's going to go for. Now, I think if I had to concentrate wards in any area, it should be Talia, because Singed, he just wants to die. That's what Singed wants to do, is die. We need to put some headphones on. There we go. Always a few kinks to unravel until we get things going. So yeah, that's basically it. We have a good composition. They have an okay composition. We're gonna look to again power farm until level 6, then influence the bot lane. I don't know about this bot lane, however. It's got an Ashe support. That's gonna be an interesting interaction there. And well, anyway, we'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah. Power farming to level 6, put wards where we need them, because Lee Sin will look to make plays happen early. He will make those. He's looking to make those plays early. Oh, Yasuo top. Oh man. All right. And thus begins my reign of stealing jungle camps. All right, we're gonna kite it over here. 390. There we go. I had to smite that so our curious our Lee Sin would have got it. Or I was afraid that Lee Sin would have gotten it. Otherwise, I would not have bothered to do that. Alright, we're gonna jump over here. Use a pot. When we place the ward for the Talia, hopefully that is going to... Hopefully that's going to do the most in terms of... the best coverage for the limited amount of resources that we have. It looks like, not sure what Lee Sin was doing, actually. Jin on the other team has gotten first blood, and I think that seems like that's correct. Oh, wow, Lee actually took my red. How ingenious of him. Making Lee take strange pathings is good regardless. Because he wants to interact in the early game. Okay, I won't be giving this over to Talia. So far, all our lanes have lost. Thus far. But that's alright. Don't let that discourage you when people start losing their lane. Still quite a long road to go. Alright, so we're level 4. We're gonna head back. Singed is doing his Singed things nicely. I suspect that Lee Sin's gonna be down there. There's Lee, yeah. Lee is a pretty good... Lee is pretty good when it comes to stopping Singed, because he's always gonna be low, so Lee's gonna be doing his max damage. And because Talia is far on that side, yeah. Well, that's interesting. One of my guys was gone. So these, Lee is very much influencing the early game. Alright, looking at 450. Our Talia looks like she's a bit outmatched. But that's alright. Interesting. I guess let's check if his he still has his teleport. So we'll grab a little farm here. Your damage doesn't mean anything, man. Okay. Lee Sin is gonna go bot side. I guess I can try to steal some farm in Lee's area. Yeah. That should be good. Of course Lee puts that there. Alright. So I'm gonna have to ward over here. Yasuo might be coming down to get me. Alright, 480. Alright. Alright, had to check on out. Because he very much can kill me. And I'm definitely not looking to get killed. But I knew the Yasuo was coming after me. Okay. But our bot lane seems to be doing all right. We've reached level. We've reached level 6, and that's what you want. And this is sort of the perfect scenario as far as okay. Because they're going to try to extend. Yeah. There we... Oh, a triple kill! Holy smokers! A triple kill! Okay. So that was pretty important. We're gonna give this to Talia, make her feel a little better. We're gonna pull it down for Talia. Alright. Alright, we got 550. Okay. Cloud Drake is okay. It'll delay a couple of things. It might get Talia killed. Looks like it just got Talia killed. Yeah. Oh, how did I get out of that? What is going on in this game? Nice. But yeah, the reason why I didn't want to do that is the Talia just doesn't have that much experience. Okay, that wasn't necessary at all. Okay. I'm gonna head back. The bot lane is doing pretty good, and Kog'Maw does a lot of damage later on. Let's see. Do we really have to worry about binds? No, I don't think so. Undo that, get that. And we're gonna go for Tabai. We're gonna head out. Now, Lee would have taken care of that. Yeah, Lee took care of that. I really want to concentrate my efforts on protecting bottom. So, as long as with my ult being down, I'm going to farm a little bit up here. Let Singed and Yasuo kind of have at it. I'm surprised that the Yasuo is doing so well versus Actually, yeah, do that. Okay. So yeah, these guys are getting stomped on here. So Yasuo, in a big way, defeated our oh, that was interesting. I just saw the Yasuo. Like, what are you doing, Yasuo? So the Yasuo is definitely on a different. All right, we should try to help. Nice. Okay, we got a miss. Alright, so they can handle themselves. Alright, there we go. Now Yasuo is being a bit of a pest here. Not sure what yeah, we're just gonna leave them. Now Yasuo could become a problem because at this point in the game it's a mid game and Yasuo is pretty powerful mid game. And it's not until later in the game will we be able to do a lot of damage with Kog'Maw. So pretty sure that he's got this. Yeah. Yasuo is just, he's at his mid-game spike. And it was Talia's mistake to go in there. And essentially what we have to do is wait until late game. Alright, but our guys are doing pretty good late game. We're gonna get the scuttles here. Okay, they already got it. Now, okay. Now, Singed can be useful later in game. But right now, the Yasuo is on a high note. He's doing a lot of damage. Essentially, we have to stem the bleeding. There we go. Hand that over to Talia. Although Talia, I don't think is going to make the best of decisions towards that. This is going to go. It's Singed is kind of leading them in our area, in that area. Get this farm. Indicate that Yasuo is in that area. So the later game goes, the better for us, because Yasuo will get weaker. I don't think this is gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. If they walk in here. Alright. Let's see if I can get out. Alright, I can't get out. So they used their complementary of skills to get me. Meaning that they used everything in their arsenal. Alright, so we're gonna get this, and we'll have to get this because the Yasuo is ahead. So essentially, alright, he should be dead. Yep. So what's happening is, they are leading with their strength. And so we're gonna put them at odds here. Right, just kind of lead them away. All right. All right. All right. Unfortunate. But that doesn't matter, man. Nope. Oh. All right. See you later, bro. I'm just gonna keep walking. Let them follow me around a while. Oh, not bad. So he can get out. So that will make them waste a lot of time chasing Singed. And that'll make the game go later, which is not bad. The Yasuo, on the other hand, is taking care of our bot lane. Alright. We most likely have to wait for people. Alright, finally he's down. Oh, and he didn't even get it. Oh, come here. Yeah, that's pretty big right there. We might be able to... Okay. This might be it. Nice. Right out the flash. I'm actually alive. That's pretty incredible. Alright, so they have quite the damage spike starting from the Yasuo. We've got Talia coming back up. Alright, none of my guys are in the mood to do anything. We're gonna try to lead them off. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, they got Baron. Who was taking care of Baron here? It was Yasuo and somebody. Oh, Ash, you're funny. So now we have to head back. The Yasuo is so strong at the moment that he can duel. Oh, he was dueling with he has to leave. So Yasuo's spike is diminishing a little bit. But it's still pretty strong. He's got a lot of burst damage. And the Ashe support is a little goofy. We have to wait for the Kog'Maw. He's doing okay damage, but not the best. Do a scan here. They already got Baron, and they wasted it because a lot of their guys... Alright, that's not good. Yeah, help our guy here. Now we gotta go back. All right. Was the Kog'Maw? Yeah, the Kog'Maw got it. So we can't. We really have to wait for the Kog'Maw. Wait for the Kog'Maw and make sure that... Oh, nice. Oh, almost. Here comes the Kog'Maw. Can Kog'Maw save it? Oh, Kog'Maw, you're my hero! Alright, so Kog'Maw finally breaking loose. But the question is, are we so destabilized that we can't, that we're gonna be out of the game? We'll see. We have to get support items and whatnot for the Kog'Maw to survive. We've only got one barely alive inhibitor here. And they have teleports, so we need to do some scanning here. Okay, Yasuo is actually using his teleport, which I think is a poor use of the teleport. But it looks like he's just trying to do it by the numbers. Okay, Ashe is dead. Gonna get some wards. Yeah. Okay. Nice hook. Kog'Maw is dead, so this game is over. And it's pretty much because we allowed them to get into late game. Or we allowed them to get too far into the mid. And Yasuo is still strong enough. He's already level 18 where I'm level 14. So yeah, the Yasuo definitely carried this game. So that can happen. It's alright. Kog'Maw did come out with a quadra kill. That's pretty nice. So yeah, essentially what happened in that game, a Yasuo top. Wow. So the Yasuo top just dominated the Singed, and that matchup is not supposed to work like that. Singed didn't know the matchup or didn't know how to react to Yasuo's early plays. In addition to that, the Lee Sin, he also influenced lanes also, so that got Yasuo to heights of instability for our team. I think this is gonna go to, yeah, the Kog'Maw. Oh, no, too late. All right. So essentially, a lot of the time, our guys weren't really doing much in terms of, I think, warding. One of the, well, Ashe did have the Eye of the Equinox, but I think it's a mistake to go Ashe in this meta, because you're just not going to be that effective. It's nice to have another ADC, but your damage is going to be your damage is going to be nothing. And if you have a situation where Yasuo is cleaning up, he didn't even have the highest kill KDA. You're gonna have a rough time. And the Thresh made some good hooks on his own behalf, so he was doing his job. And Thresh was a much more utilitarian and much more useful than our Ashe. He could throw out so many hooks and throw many stuns, and he could protect, and Ashe just couldn't do that much. In fact, a lot of times Ashe was just caught out by Yasuo or other entities just to die, and, you know, what are you gonna do for us now, Ashe? So there's a lot of issues with understanding the general mechanics of the game, and Yasuo exploited that because he understood general mechanics of the game. They went after Baron, even though a lot of their guys actually died in the process when they actually just got Baron. So that was a detraction. So a majority of their team didn't know exactly what to do, but I think the jungler and Yasuo were on the same page, and Yasuo knew the general mechanics of the game and was able to get ahead. He knew, and all Yasuos should know, that you fall off in the late game, but if you can keep up that spike of damage through the mid game into the start of the late game, then you can still be very useful. And that's what Yasuo did. You mid game, when you hit your spike and you're several kills ahead, at that point you want to, extend, your turret lead or influence other lanes. You really want to close out the game at that point because you are on a high streak. You are doing so much damage versus that period of the time of the game. In addition to the kill advantage, your damage spike is larger than anyone's on the enemy team per mid game. At least that's for Yasuo. And Kog'Maw needed more items to be relevant. Ashe needed to be more relevant with items, and Kog'Maw didn't have too much in terms of peel. The Singed had a straight loss rate, so that is pretty difficult to recover from. In a lot of ways, you can call that feeding a lane, where the enemy gets so many kills that it just it pushes the game so far back that you can't easily recover from it, because all the enemy has to do is take care of a turret, in our case, and they just go for the inhibitors or even our Nexus, because our Nexus was exposed there. So Yasuo took full advantage of the fact, and the one of the things that's negative about Singed is a lot of players will play to die, and get ahead and be problematic that way. I don't know exactly how Singed should build versus the Yasuo, because Singed should have items that give health. But yeah, this matchup, the Singed versus the Yasuo, I think it's just a farming lane, and the Singed just got the Yasuo too far ahead early. The Singed is late game, So if you get a Yasuo ahead, you're not gonna have a good time in lane. And the Yasuo knew how to exploit this. Again. So we'll get off that topic and go into itemization. I had to itemize specifically against the the Yasuo because he was so far ahead. In addition, I would be itemizing versus the Jhin as well. And you can see that because we were pushed out of our jungle so much, we were only at 14. And so the Yasuo really did some work on our Singed up top. But we didn't give up. We allowed Kog'Maw to get a nice spike. 19. It wasn't completely hopeless that we could come back, but people being caught out by the Yasuo tend to make things a little worse. We really had to coordinate just much more than our team could possibly in the last, when Kog'Maw was able to get that, because that Kog'Maw was at quite a spike at that point, and then after that, he rewarded himself with a BS sword, but we really had to protect him. Are you gonna protect with no real tank? Like I can protect him a little bit, Singed can protect him a little bit, but Singed just doesn't have the survivability because Yasuo and other, they're just gonna knock him down really quick. So the disparity in damage is also a big factor in why we lost. So Randuin's Omen's gonna decrease critical strikes. I was going to get Frozen Heart to decrease auto attacks. Now that I think about it, I don't think that was so necessary because a lot of their guys are sort of like bruiser, sort of combo orientated. They're not so much reliant on auto attacks. So I could have switched it to something else. And then Cinder Hulk for the health, and such a nice item to have. And then the Kog'Maw, he's got Blade of the Rune King, so he's attacking fast, and Kog'Maw is a late game beast, but he needs certain things to continue to be a beast. And one of the things is like Lulu or a Janna to really enable him to be like a ADC that does tons of damage. But at the same time, their Thresh and their Yasuo and other champions, they have abilities to stop his attack altogether. And that's what they would have to do if the game went in our favor rather than the enemy team. And that would have been difficult because essentially the Ashe can't protect the Kog'Maw that well. Her kit is just not built like that. You can provide a very little amount of CC. Can kind of work. When I went bottom, that was successful. But because Kog'Maw again is so late game in the Ashe, you're talking about super late game. Kog'Maw needed 2 more items. Ashe needed more, like 4 more items, and we would have been a powerhouse then. But still, and Singed would have been a powerhouse as well. Talia is pretty good as well, but Talia also had a really rough lane. She was making early mistakes with the Azir. I don't know about the matchup. Maybe she loses that matchup. So top lane and mid lane contributed, but I felt like Singed was having the toughest of times. But as far as KDA is concerned, Talia actually died 2 more times than the Singed. So that's something to take into account. When you got 2 losing lanes, the game is pretty hard to win from there. We did win bot lane, however, but Kog'Maw again just takes so much to get into the late game. So we need to go super late game, but that wasn't happening because the Yasuo and them were pushing at pivotal points in the game, making their spike count. Yeah, so the Singed, she's got Rylai's Crystal Scepter to slow people down, Z-Rot Portal, I guess to be annoying to run around, then Righteous Glory. So he's building your standard Singed stuff to survive, have a lot of health and survive forever, and you can kite. But unfortunately, the other team had a lot of CC, coming from everybody, coming from the Jin, coming from the Yasuo. Everyone had a little CC. And Thresh is one of the top supports to CC other champions. Then you have the Talia. You've got Leander's Torment. She wants her ultimate to come up. So she's not actually going to do a lot of damage, Talia. It's more like over time she's going to do it. But she doesn't have a lot of burst damage. And comparatively to the Azir, he's got survivability and slow ability with, and then Luna's Echo for the burst, and more like Economicon for ability power and cooldown reduction. Does it still have cool? Yeah, it does. And he's actually got Berserker Greaves for the attack speed. I don't know exactly how that works. I guess something is based on his attack speed. Maybe his little guys that are like, yeah, those guys probably do something with attack speed. And then Lee Sin. So Azir did good, not great. Lee Sin went full tank. He went warrior into full tank. He's got no AP. He's got no defense versus the Singed. So he wasn't itemizing versus the Singed. I'm not so sure about this itemization because, I mean, it's going to enable you to do pretty well as far as surviving. But he doesn't have a Black Cleaver, so he can't do really like a combo. So maybe he didn't have a lot of confidence in himself. Whatever reason, going tanky is fine regardless. It looks like he just wants to set up an easy R or something. Because that's, you know, you're going to get your speed from your mobility, Dead Man's Plate, and honestly, that's all you have to do. You can dash in with a ward jump and then R somebody into the enemy team. Thresh got support items, Knight's Vow. He's got Frozen Heart, definitely useful versus the Kog'Maw. And Boats of Mobility so he can keep up with people. And Eye of the Equinox for the Vision. Yasuo, he's got his full complement of, he's got 50% critical strike on his items. And then according to how his kit works, he probably has 100% critical chance or something or close to that. Got Mercurial Treg so he doesn't get slowed down too much. And then for Death's Dance so he can have lots of survivability and heal up. Guardian Angel, so he's got a full complement of build here. Guardian Angel, just in the rarest of occasions that he does die, he won't die. And finally, Last Whisper to deal with bonus armor. Because at this stage in the game, I mean, I'm the only one who's building armor. So you could say that he didn't have to go for this. He could have gone something a little more squishy, or something that would allow him a little more tanky, like blood, like the blood sword thing that keeps you alive with the little shield. Or you could he could have went something like Randuin's Omen. So if anyone started attacking him like Kog'Maw, it would slow down. So I think he easily could have gone something that made him a little more tanky, and he still would have been quite the beast. Because as far as Last Whisper goes, I'm the only one with, I mean, I've got armor. I'm the only one with armor. I mean, not even Talia has armor. All right. So that was a rough one. These things happen. Your lanes lose. You try to do your best versus what you think is going to happen. But if Singed is going to lose to the Yasuo, there is nothing I can do. Because Singed is late game. And if he doesn't play his cards right, Yasuo will just take the lane. And if I try to influence the lane, he'll take me with the lane. And he'll take me and the Singed with the lane. The way that I thought was getting our ADC ahead. And so far I was doing pretty good. We were effective bot lane. However, Yasuo was too effective. And the mid laner, our mid laner, really was ineffective as well. Talia. So, two ineffective people that really roughed up the game, you know. But I'm not digging the Ashe support either. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys learned a little bit. about whatever I'm talking about. And this is Arch signing out. Hi-yo!